These are the new United Kingdom headquarters of Amerada Hess. By the end of 1993, this independent company will have become the third largest oil field operator in the North Sea, behind the giants BP and Shell. Like any business, an oil company is dependent on information. And when Amerada Hess moved into these magnificent new premises, it took the opportunity of completely rethinking how it handles information management.
Surveys of our industry have shown that our professional staff, executives and so on, spend up to 30% of their time engaged in very routine activity, trying to find information, accessing information, filing the information, when as a company what we really want those professional staff to do is to focus on their professional jobs, not the routine activity of hunting for information.
As well as taking time for individuals to locate plans, maps, reports, whatever each particular need called for, the company's growing stock of valuable documentation was presenting a wider management challenge. The chance was taken to create the Hess Information Center. Traditionally, desktop stations like this one offered a whole suite of business applications as part of a local area network supported by a central system. But the company's growing documentation archive, so essential to the day-to-day operation, was not part of this system. Today, all that has changed. Very soon, anyone, anywhere in the company will, with the appropriate security clearance, be able to check within a matter of seconds what is available on any subject, select what may be valuable to them, and summon it onto their screens, if necessary, calling up hard copies from a nearby image printer. The storage system Amerada Hess uses was developed by IBM here in the UK, and this installation is its first implementation. With some 125,000 individual documents to start off with, many of them tens if not hundreds of pages long, this need seemed an obvious case for an optical storage system. But when Martin Owen was assigned responsibility for the project, he wanted to consider all the possibilities.
We've used optical disc and optical disc jukeboxes on previous image processing applications that we developed over the last 6 years. But I wasn't happy with the speed of response or the use of what is, in essence, 1950s Wurlitzer technology. When JWP showed us the curveball system, it gave us an opportunity of providing all the data which people need for day-to-day access online with a fast storage medium.
The answer lay in conventional magnetic hard disks. Curveball uses an ingenious series of compression and interlacing techniques. It's based around conventional individual units like this one, but they're configured in an array which makes it possible not just to store large amounts of data, but to make that data available virtually instantaneously to anyone on the network who needs it. This comparatively small corner of the Amerada Hess computer room offers no less than 28 gigabytes of online storage. A powerful RS6000 processor handles the incoming requests for details of information that is available on the system. And that draws this basic catalog detail from the top 2 disks in the curveball array. Once a user has decided that a particular document is of value, that request is then processed by a conventional PS2, which draws the image, the document itself, from the next 4 layers in the array. The bottom one, incidentally, is a spare, available for hot swapping should anything at any time go wrong. Curveball uses serial transfer technology, of course, but it operates faster than SCSI systems. It has a burst transfer rate of 40 megabytes a second. That's faster than non-microchannel systems will even allow. And because it has this high transfer rate, it shows no sign of slowing up, even though increasing numbers of people are now starting to appreciate the value of the Amerada Hess Information Center.
I describe what was necessary here and what's happened here really as a complete change in our information management culture. If in the previous environment we had individuals who stored information in their own offices or in local file areas, perhaps even in some cases jealously guarded that information, then they had to feel confident that when they provided the information to a central filing unit, that it wouldn't just vanish into a black hole, it wouldn't be lost forever.
Of course, the technology is perfectly capable of coping with diagrams, drawings, maps, plans, photographs in full color if necessary, but copyright restrictions make it impossible to include journals like this actually in the storage system itself. But they can, nevertheless, be checked in and out of the library using the system. First of all, the borrower identifies himself with a barcode reader, the volume to be removed is also identified. Now, journals like this can be included in the list of documents that are available on a particular subject, and if they're not on the library shelves, the Information Centre staff know who's got them. Some 80 new documents which need to be archived are created within the company each day. Information Centre staff scan these in, together with around 120 from the backlog archive waiting to go onto disk. The fact that users can then find the documents they need reflects the work of the indexing team, who are responsible for giving each document in the system the clearest possible identity. But even here, advanced information technology is lending a hand.
We're experimenting now with optical character recognition. This is going to be new and exciting for us in that we believe it'll allow us to scan and read a document automatically. This allows us to index any information that's on the document, hundreds of words if necessary, and combining this information with our human staff's indexing experience will allow us to offer a level of service to our users which we believe will be the best.
The regular use of the system is now steadily rolling out through the company, but already possibilities for the future are being considered. Documents created electronically, typically in word processing, will soon be archived automatically without any need for printouts or scanners. Every day's post could be opened centrally and made available to anyone who needs it across the system. The falling price of hard disks, coupled with Curveball's ability to make ultimate use of their storage capacity, is opening up a whole range of possibilities for this high-speed, online document management system. And options for the future are being kept wide open.
We're confident that we can add an optical disc jukebox to a Curveball storage system and allow the Curveball discs to service day-to-day data which has to be held online for speed of access, while the mass of historical data can be held on an optical disc jukebox. What we have built over the last year is an infrastructure which will allow us to add image to many of our existing fax-based applications. In addition, we can develop a new generation of information systems using what was paper-based information as their core. Having scanned so much of our paper-based information, we back that up on a daily basis onto tape, and that gives us far more security and opportunity to recover from disaster situations such as fire or terrorist bombing, for instance.
Now that the system has been in place for some time, we're beginning to see some of the other benefits that we sought from the system, the increased productivity from our professional staff, as they genuinely do spend more time exercising their professional skills rather than hunting for pieces of paper. Of course, the oil industry is a very information-intensive industry, but I'd be very surprised if there weren't many other industries where information wasn't a valuable asset for the companies involved in that kind of industry. For example, professional organizations such as lawyers, such as accountants and so on, I'm sure they could make real benefits out of a system like this.